Mabuhay! My name is Fred Doc Dossel with Mabuhay Credit Union, and it's my pleasure to welcome you all back to another episode of Mabuhay Community Corner. If you haven't visited with us at Mabuhay Community Corner before, this is a vlog and a podcast that aims to highlight and to honor our Mabuhay community. Now, here with me today is a good friend of mine who I consider to be one of my most valuable mentors, Brother Alex Cainglet, who is the chairman of the Philippine Independence Day Foundation, Inc., or PIDF. Thank you so much for joining us today, brother. How's everything?
Very well. Thank you. It's my pleasure to be here and
Nice.
Give some update about our community.
Yes. And speaking of our community, right? Home here is the City of Carson for both you and I, and obviously Mabuhay Credit Union. We're considered to be, an all-American city due to our diversity. You want to elaborate on that a little bit?
Yes. Our City of Carson is very unique in itself because we are very diverse community. We make up a quarter of white, black, Hispanic, and the Asian community. The Asian community here, specifically the Filipino, has a lot of stake in our community. So we've been around, and we have a lot of businesses owned by the Asian community, and for myself as well, that own a business here in the City of Carson. It's a welcoming city. It's a great city to be around. It's a great city to own a property, and also it's a great city to raise your family when it comes to your kids. It's great. Schools are one of the top schools in the LAUSD. We have our own sheriff here in the City of Carson.
Right.
So our neighborhood is very safe. I know there's a lot of challenges out there with different community, but our community, because of our mayor, very active in the public and safety. That's one of her very special project that makes sure that the City of Carson is well taken care of as far as public safety.
Yes, I mean, again, you and I, we both, we live, we work, we pray, and we play here in the City of Carson.
Absolutely,
now,
Fred, yeah.
Again, with being that about 20% of the 100,000 population here in the City of Carson being of Filipino descent, it's exciting that so many different Filipino events and activities are being celebrated here. Now, you and I are kind of in the forefront of spearheading a lot of these events. You want to elaborate on some of these that happen here in the City of Carson?
Again, we're very unique. One of the biggest event here in the City of Carson is the June 12 Philippine Independence Day, and we've celebrated this celebration with a conjunction with the City of Carson and a lot of volunteers from our foundation, Philippine Independence Day Foundation. We've been able to do this for over 20 years now, and we have top maybe 20,000 in attendance, but we average about 12 to 15,000, over 100 vendors to exhibit our culture, our food, our history in this one-day event. In addition to that, we have the July 4th is the Philippine American Friendship Day. This weekend on the next council meeting, Fred, myself will be accepting a certificate in honor of the Philippine American Friendship Day. October 15 is Filipino History Month, and this is again a city event that we do in our community. Again, this is make unique because the city funds some of this event. And October 25, we have Larry Itliong Day. Larry Itliong Day is very important because we are the only city in the United States that honor Larry Itliong by having the City of Carson, the employees, closed with paid holidays. So it's a very unique, and I don't know any other city that does that. That's of course with the work of that more than 20,000, 25, 30,000 Filipinos that lives in Carson. December 30 is the Rizal Day. Again, what makes it unique again is we are the only city that has a monument of our national hero, Dr. Jose P. Rizal, and it's a life-size monument. You can come and visit. Every politician that comes from the Philippines, they make sure and come and visit the national monument of Dr. Jose Rizal. So again, we are very unique. We are very proud of our community. The people that reside here are very, very enthusiastic in living in this community. And I've been here close to 40 years. I went to high school here. I have my own business. I manage a bank. But again, overall, Farnan is one of the best city that you can live in.
I completely agree. And actually, to your point about the Rizal Monument here, it's a little bit bigger than life size. I mean, Rizal was what, like 5'2", 5'4"?
Yeah, absolutely.
The statue itself is, or the monument is 17 feet tall.
There you go.
On top of, an 8-foot pedestal. So,
Right.
needless to say, Carson really is kind of the epicenter for a lot of Filipino and Filipino American events. And as you talked about, the biggest one that's coming up is the Philippine Independence Day celebration. That's co-sponsored by the City of Carson and the Philippine Independence Day Foundation. Now, I'm really excited because obviously you've been serving PIDF as the chairman, and for the last couple of years I've been serving as the president. Again, you talked about the size and the scale of this event, right? I mean, it's definitely something that attracts not just individuals from the City of Carson, but from all throughout Southern California and beyond, right? Talk to us about previous events, in terms of, how we've done it before, Veterans Park, and, the partnerships that we've had.
Absolutely. Thank you, Fred. Before we incorporated the Philippine Independence Day Foundation, we've been celebrating Philippine Independence Day here in the City of Carson. But we have officially done it with the City of Carson since 2001. With the corporation of our foundation. Again, that what's make it unique because our organization is made up of all volunteers. A lot of my volunteers here, our volunteers contribute their own resources. We raise our own funds to defray the cost. It's not cheap to run this large-scale organization on this large-scale celebration. The City of Carson, although we partner with them, they provide with us an in-kind labor, an in-kind donation. But for the most part, the foundation, along with a lot of volunteers and different community partners with the City of Carson, they are the one that make this successful. We are the volunteers that just basically the steering committee for our event. But however, it's very rewarding for all our members, our community partners, that we're able to do that with with very little, not little, but there's a lot of involvement with our business partners as well. So this is sponsored by, we got a lot of great sponsors. I don't want to talk about the couple of partners that we have. I don't know if I don't want to plug them, but they've been very, very cooperative with us. So. And the staff of the City of Carson is magnificent, especially with the new leadership that we have now, Mayor Lula Davis Holmes, who is really supportive of our event.
Yes, and again, it's definitely awe-inspiring when you see that many people gathered together in one spot, celebrating our history and our culture as a Filipino people, right?
Yes.
Now, unfortunately, this past year and change now. Obviously, COVID-19 has changed things up a lot. Talk to us a little bit about how we've been able to adapt in terms of transitioning to becoming a virtual celebration.
Virtual is new to me, but I'm a big fan of it now because everybody's going on Zoom. So virtual is probably the best thing that ever happened with this COVID. It hurts a lot of people. Still different than in-person event. To organize such an event, it's very rewarding, but virtual is a little bit different. But even though we are on COVID this year, we're hoping that next year we'll be back into in-person event. But talking about the virtual celebration, the city funded the virtual celebration this year, and it's going to be aired on different venue. And maybe I can mention that later as we progress on this interview. But virtual, it sounds easy to do, but we've had some challenges this year. But with the leadership of our City of Carson and the leadership of our foundation, we will be having a virtual celebration that will be airing on Friday, I believe, right?
Yes,
Friday,
yes, yeah.
And you can announce that, Fred, right?
Yes.
And,
this is going to be airing just before the celebration. So yeah, absolutely.
We have some big names coming up on that event. So I'm gonna elaborate that later on furthermore. Yeah.
Yeah, and actually I'm excited because last year obviously COVID kind of caught a lot of people unawares, and we were able to transition to a simulcast, a live stream event last year. But this year, again, as you mentioned, it's sponsored by the City of Carson, and I'm excited because it's actually going to be airing on 3 different TV channels. So you want to talk about that? Yeah.
So here's an announcement to our community, to our kababayans all over the United States, specifically in the Southern California region. Once again, in partnership with the City of Carson, a virtual show will be aired on 3 different TV stations. One is on KSCI LA18 via Spotlight TV on Friday, June 11, from 5:30 to 7:30. Channel 35 and Channel 99 on Saturday, June 12, from 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. Additionally, this will be also aired online. www.facebook.com Spotlight TV online and www.youtube.com see Spotlight TV online and CarsonCalifornia.gov/PID 123. Well, we have a great headliners for this event this year. We have Mr. Pure Energy himself, Gary Valenciano, alongside Grammy Award-winning Apple the Up of the Black Eyed Peas. Our program also includes special guest messages from Ambassador Jose Manuel Romualdez, Consul General Edgar Badajos, and many more. Many elected officials will be gracing this occasion via virtual.
Yes, it's actually like you mentioned. I think the virtual element is a bright spot that came out of this pandemic, because in the past, obviously, only the people that are able to make their way to Southern California, specifically in Carson, can enjoy the show. But now, because like you said, it's on 3 different TV channels. It's also going to be on the Carson website and on Facebook and YouTube. A lot more folks have access to our show, right? So that's definitely that silver lining there, so to speak, in terms of being able to get and again having the kind of lineup that we have. Not just the entertainers, but adding substance as well to the entertainment aspect of it, are hearing from these amazing leaders that we have. You mentioned, the ambassador himself, the Congen, the entire Carson City Council, as well as elected officials, not just locally here in Southern California, but also other elected, Phil-Am officials as well.
Absolutely.
So I think that's a nice representation of what we are bringing to the table as a Filipino community.
Yes, absolutely. Completely agree.
Right. Now, another thing that we're doing also, and this actually falls right in your purview as a newly sworn in, Commissioner for Parks and Recs, there's also a basketball tournament. We Filipinos love basketball, right?
I am so proud of this event that we're having this weekend. Basketball tournament, I have 2 division, 50 and above, and 60 and above. We have about 120 players participating in this event between 2 days, Saturday and Sunday. And we will be. I just talked to Ibes Dignadice. He's a Hall of Famer basketball player in the Philippines, along with the mayor of Carson, Lula Davis Holmes. Will be awarding the trophy as well as with our president of the PIDF, Mr. Fred Docdosel. So it's a great event. We'll be having lunch. It's free of charge. We're not charging anyone. What more to celebrate Independence Day, specifically 123rd anniversary of having a basketball. It's a national game of the Filipinos. It's the pastime that we do. So I encourage you to show up this Saturday or Sunday at Dolphin Park in the city of Carson. Welcome. You are all welcome. We'll be serving lunch for this event, and I look forward to it. Exciting. So
I think it works out too, because California is now reopening.
Right.
So this did give us the window to be able to do something in person.
Yeah.
But at the same token, just because the size and the scale of our typical annual festival, we simply cannot have 15,000 people.
No,
in
we're
one
not.
place,
We're not.
But having a picnic at the park, watching a basketball game tournament, that's definitely something to look forward to. So kudos to you for
No.
for your leadership.
It is,
on that.
it's for our community, and this is with the Philippine Independence Day Foundation. So I might also add, because we're celebrating 123rd, I am proud of the city of Carson. We are probably the largest city in the United States to have numerous Filipino commissioners that serve in our community. You know, as a commissioner, we don't get paid. However, we volunteer our time, and I think we have the most. The mayor of Carson appointed several commissioners. That just makes our community really unique, because there's a lot of willing volunteers to serve in the city of Carson.
Absolutely, and there's two of us are represented here.
Fred is being modest. He's got appointed as a planning commissioner, one of the highest commissioner of the city of Carson. And planning makes a lot of difference in our community. They do zoning, coding, new building development. So with his fresh knowledge and fresh input in the community, I'm sure we'll have a lot more improvements coming up.
I'm just fortunate because I have someone that I call in you and take down notes from.
Yeah, no, you call me
you've been there, done that.
You call me mentor. That makes me old, right, Jay?
But thank you so much again, Brother Alex, for helping to enlighten our viewers about the amazing work that the Philippine Independence Day Foundation does in representing our history and our culture, and in spearheading the celebration of the Philippine Independence Day here in the city of Carson. So do you have anything else you wanted to add before we close here?
Again, in addition to the residents of the city of Carson, we have a lot of businesses here that make the city of Carson. We have the Jollibee, Red Ribbons, Seafood City, and now we have a banking institution that helps serve the community as having a credit union, namely Mabuhay Credit Union. I own a business here. I serve more than 8,000 Filipinos of our kababayan as well. So I'm proud to be in this community. We have some doctors, lawyers, and a lot of grocery, and a lot of mom and pop store, dry cleaners. So we are proud. The city of Carson, and now with the addition of Mabuhay Credit Union in the city of Carson, makes us very well-rounded, well-grounded city to live. So I invite you to visit our city. For those who have never heard of the city of Carson, Google it. And you can see a lot of, you can notice the difference of our community compared to other.
Yes, and Mabuhay Credit Union, this is actually our second year here in the city, and I can definitely vouch for everything that Alex just mentioned. So there you have it, folks. Thank you.
You're welcome, sir.
Thank you so much once again for being here. And folks, if you haven't done so already, please be sure to follow us on all of our social media accounts. That way you can keep up to date on everything that we put up on there. In closing, allow me to share today's penny for your thoughts, which is once again courtesy of our Philippine national hero, Dr. Jose P. Rizal. Walang mang-aalipin kung walang magpapaalipin. That stands for there is no enslavement if no one allows oneself to become a slave. Salamat, stay safe, and mabuhay.
Mabuhay!
Subscribe.